you knew the rumblings that Vanquish Soul was going to be a top contender, but you now have the confirmation.
Game number one, right around the corner here, underway now, as it is going to be Timothy versus Trent with the Vanquish Soul mirror match. 7 for Trent, and lower than 7 for Timothy means that Trent will go first. But a reminder that with the addition of Holly Sue, there can be a lot of play still on the side of Timothy regardless.
And we can just start playing?
Yeah, I'm excited that we're going to Vanquish Soul start this duel right now here in top 64.
I see what you did there.
All right.
Oh, yeah, the game has begun.
Main phase.
That's another, play on words, too. The game, the fighting game. But Pot of Extravagance, this is an interesting start here.
It's VS, VS, VS.
There's a lot of stake your soul on the line.
6 cards.
Well, maybe not souls. The Shadow Realm has nothing to do with this one.
So what do you think about utilizing Pot of Extravagance in a deck like this?
I think it's something you can use because, like, outside of like Rock of the Vanquisher, you're and then the new Vanquish Soul rocks as well. There's not a lot of cards that you necessarily need from your extra deck. You rely on mainly your main deck Vanquish Soul monsters. We said the interactions with Holly Sue, the interactions with Vanquish Soul Rosin, and of course the Vanquish Soul Snow Devil. So unless you get really unlucky and activate Extravagance and lose all 3 Rockier Vanquishers, it's just a free 2 cards.
Yeah.
And Reinforcement of the Army, a great starter for the deck as well. We drew 2, and now we're going to search for Rosin, one of the original Vanquish Soul monsters. Normal summoning, activating the effect to search for a non-warrior Vanquish Soul monster and add it from your deck to your hand.
This is where you want to start with Vanquish Soul Rosin when you're going first. It's going to be able to make sure you get access to that brand new Vanquish Soul Holly Sue that really brought this deck back to the forefront of the metagame with the release and Duelist Advance.
One thing about Pot of Extravagance, just to note, is Drone Lockbird's not that great against Vanquish Soul unless they open Mad Love. With Mad Love, they're kind of required to go into the field spell. But having cards like Pot of Extravagance in your deck does add additional forms of weakness because you have to start your main phase 1 with it.
Definitely.
That's something to consider. I mean, clearly we see that Trent's been able to make it into the top 64. And I love Pot of Extravagance. I'm not speaking against it. But it is something to consider in your deck building. The extra deck cost in and of itself is not that high.
I may return my deck, but
there are some other issues with playing cards like that.
But now with that Vanquish Soul start, we can get another Vanquish Soul in hand, but we're going to use the Holly Sue here to special summon. And that was Mad Love revealed, correct?
Yep,
it was.
Yeah. Yep, that's what he added off the Rosin, or off the Vanquish Soul start. And now he's going to be able to link summon Rock of the Vanquisher by sending Rosin to the graveyard, and then the Rock of the Vanquisher is going to add that Rosin back to the hand.
I didn't notice if Brent actually checked that banished face down pile for Rock. So I had a moment there where I was wondering if he was going to look at it and have that freezing moment of like, wait a minute, it actually happened.
Worst case scenario.
Yeah, reminder here that he has a Fire and a Dark name with the Dr. Madlove and the Rosin.
Rosin and Madlove?
Yep, there we go. So we already saw those 2. And now we can special summon during the end phase from our deck. Importantly, we're in end phase, not main phase, so things like Nibiru can be dodged here by the Vanquish Soul deck. Another, benefit of this deck is Nibiru is a very powerful hand interaction many people are playing. And then less effective against Vanquish Soul based on how they choose to use their combo.
Yeah, it's amongst one of the worst interactions against Vanquish Souls, but I think that's actually something that's fascinating because in games 2 and 3, you technically can summon 5 times in this deck if you want to make a little bit of an extra greedy play, which is something you may actually see in games 2 and 3 when Nibiru is likely not in your opponent's deck.
And it looks like we just revealed 2 other fire monsters with our Zhao Long to grab another Holly Sue. I didn't see what the other fire in hand was that he revealed. One was Rosin. Was it Dogoran?
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, I didn't want to reveal it earlier, but I mentioned you could play the Kaijus in this deck. Dogoran being a fire monster, being one of the most key attributes for your Vanquish Soul effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
So just to be clear for the viewers at home, he didn't just use Fualos. He discarded because he had too many cards in his hand. That's not Max C.
Yeah, on his own turn, it's only 4 cards on field, which might not seem like that much, but all the cards in hand are going to be doing things on the opponent's turn.
He also discarded an attribute that doesn't matter in the archetype.
Yes.
Yeah, and if there's any kind of deck in the format that can really amass a ton of cards quickly, it is the Vanquish Soul strategy. So having a discard down at the end phase isn't surprising, but we're going to see the same start here from Timothy with Vanquish Soul Rosin.
And we just heard Trent say, ooh, a mirror match, which is very telling that they were not expecting this. Now that is a surge. Importantly enough, Rosin cannot chain to his own effect, but there's nothing that Trent is forcing him to do here. So we will just get another Holly Sue.
Beautiful quarter-century Secret Holly Sue.
Ooh.
Starlight Rare now, but
oh,
very
my
similar.
apologies. You're right. I'm just so pre-programmed that
it was a long 25th anniversary for sure. And now, but we are back to the Starlight Rares that look absolutely beautiful.
So now we'll see how many attributes. So Rosin can destroy cards in its column by revealing the correct attributes. That is a fire and a dark. That is the correct attributes. And
both non-Vanquish Soul monsters.
And we now get a look at Timothy's build of the deck. The Rescue Ace cards are a nice little sub-engine because they're great fire monsters that you can run.
Definitely ways to get monsters on the field, dig a little deeper into your deck.
But this is great. We're chaining the Holly Suit to take control of Rosin. Rosin needs to be in the column for the effect to resolve. Since it's no longer in the Holly Suit column, it has nothing to destroy.
But Stake Your Soul, one of the most powerful cards in the deck, is going to be able to reveal a dark monster in the hand and then special summon a dark Vanquish Soul from the deck to the field.
That's going to be none other than Madlove, which will now allow him to search a spell. You know, if we were playing a few months ago, there would be very limited options. But now he can search out the brand new Vanquish Soul start.
That is indeed what Timothy is going to add to the hand here.
I believe it's start with an exclamation point.
I'll try that better.
Yeah. Just want to make sure we're all on the same page. And I'll also, Vanquish Soul continue? I've been told that you're supposed to say it as a question. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, we'll see if
we get to there.
Yeah.
And now the Mad Love is going to be sent to the graveyard for a link summon for Rock of the Vanquisher.
I'll chain effect.
So he's going to use the effect of Rock of the Vanquisher to add back, and that's going to prompt Trent to chain his effect to try and destroy it with his opponent's Rosin's effect.
And great column placement.
Yes, I was just about to say, column placement of a monster he took.
Yes.
Activate.
All right, Vanquish Soul start is going to be activated next, but this is going to prompt Trent to reveal the Caesar Valius to try and return one of the Vanquish Soul monsters to hand to special summon Caesar Valius to the field.
And then Caesar Valius, the titular boss monster of the deck. A quick effect, you can reveal an Earth, Fire, and Dark to destroy one other card on the field, non-targeting.
All right, it looks like Timothy. Oh, he's just resolving.
He's chaining his Holly Suit to special summon.
Reject anything with turn player priority.
Lots of interaction here in this mirror match between these two Vanquish Soul duelists.
Activate Caesar Valius.
Do you note just how clear Trent is playing? He's constantly asking, would you like to use anything with your turn player priority? In a matchup like this, where there's just so many quick effects back and forth, both on the field and in the hand, it is really important to keep that open line of communication, just so that we can keep everything consistent.
And we're chaining the Holly Suit.
Yep, Caesar Valius is going after Holly Suit. Holly Suit is going to be chained to try and special summon from the deck, I believe.
Fire and Dark is the special summon from the deck. Earth and Dark would be take control of a monster. You could take the opponent's Caesar Valius, but doesn't look like that's the option. Instead, going to try and continue to play more of the Vanquish Soul engine from your own deck. But this is the fun of the mirror match, is that we're taking each other's cards, we're interacting with each other's columns in very unique ways that not every deck really does.
Yeah, I think a lot of duelists maybe underestimated the impact of Duelist Advance really had on the metagame. Maybe thinking, oh, these Vanquish Soul cards are good, but maybe they got to wait until Justice Hunters to incorporate with the cards that are coming out there. But no, right now they're already established themselves as a dominant force in the format right away.
Such a fun deck to play, too.
Yeah, this mirror match looks like a ton of fun.
Yeah, I'm loving this right now. Yeah. Somebody said tier limit vibes from past formats. I kind of am getting that right now. It's like really technical what we need to do and the order we need to do it in.
All right, so he's going to activate the effect of Heavy Burger to try and draw a card, but now the Vanquish Soul Snow Devil is going to try and destroy all of Timothy's monsters.
Some interesting things to note just as this turn is playing out. If you want to try and maybe sit down with a Vanquish Soul deck at your upcoming local OTS store, maybe potentially find yourself in a mirror match. The fact that the Vanquish Souls cannot activate their own effects in a chain, they can only activate one in a chain, is one of the things to note about Caesar. Caesar has a protection effect that makes it unaffected by opponent's activated effects this turn. But if your opponent has already used the revealing of 3, they can't chain that effect as well. So if you have your own Caesar, you have your own activated effects, that's the one opportunity for you to use them when Caesar cannot protect itself. It's just kind of an interesting Caesar as a threat, it's an interruption, but if I use it, it opens my own Caesar up for you to now maybe take advantage of that with an activated effect.
I mean,
it's just so intricate.
Cards are designed essentially to simulate a fighting game, and I think that's a really cool thing. If you go offensive, well, you open yourself up to get countered, to get punished.
All right, Timothy also drawing reinforcements of the army here, already using his normal 7, but going to go ahead and get another Vanquish Soul Rosin out of the deck.
Initially?
An Impulse, and I'll just show you what you know.
Druid's Worm?
Yeah, Druid's Worm. You know Impulse, Druid's Worm, Mad Love, Rage.
Okay, so there's how many cards in your hand after that?
Rescue Ace Impulse, that is.
Yeah. So Mad Love, Rosin, Druid's Worm,
No,
Impulse?
just one Rosin, Impulse, Mad Love, Juice Room.
Oh, he knows that he's
He
seen
knows a
2
lot of
Rosins,
cards.
but he's
A lot of
holding his
cards in
opponent's
hand,
Rosin
yeah.
on the field. It's hostage right now, but it looks like Timothy's just going to set a card to a spell and trap zone.
Still in main. Activate Heavy Burger. Target your Rosin.
Ooh.
Wow, this is
Nice.
huge because he's already used the normal summon, so now he's not going to have a Vanquish Soul to return back to his own hand
so it should
on
reset phase.
Trent's turn.
Yes.
I'll activate the effect of Heavy Burger. Reveal.
All right, Heavy Burger's going to
first
reveal.
monster,
Oh, he's going. He has his
He's going
opponent's
for the
life
big
points in
damage,
his
yeah.
side. He doesn't need any more cards. He, in fact, had to discard from his hand last turn,
What is that
so he's
now?
going to do 1,500 points of damage here with Heavy Burger.
You can tell that Trent has practiced this mirror match.
I already have
The
an
fact that he
associated now.
understands
Yeah,
that interaction with Holly Sue and
my turn?
his own Vanquish Soul monsters after he's cleared the field, because without a Vanquish Soul on the field, I mean, there are ways having Holly Sue and such, but it merely limits
Main
the
phase still.
sequencing on the
Yeah.
upcoming
Oh, in
turn
phase?
about
Yeah.
how
Okay.
Trent can get interrupted by the Vanquish Souls if Timothy simply just doesn't have one on the field.
Now, unless I lost track of something, I don't believe we ever searched for Vanquish Soul Snow Devil, so unless Timothy just drew it and set that, that's really like the big thing to keep him alive, other than just some Druis, or Bish Shields. That's what I'm looking for. Bish Shields to go in defense mode to keep him alive.
Yeah, definitely. And he is going to summon the Magnet here to add a copy
That's fine.
of,
Caesar.
yep, being a dragon.
And you're good to go.
Render
Just
under
another-
Caesar Valius.
Perfect interaction, just kind of those unusual quirks of Yu-Gi-Oh! That sometimes the fact that it's a dragon lines up so perfectly where the Bestials are actually inherently good. They're the perfect attribute.
Get a little
You have a
bonus.
boss monster
That
that's a dragon.
actually is very convenient, yes.
All right, so leading off with Caesar Valius to go after that set spell and trap, and it
And
is.
it was! So Vanquish Soul Snow Devil, notably when you reveal the 3 attributes, the second attribute protects your Vanquish Souls from being destroyed by card effects, but not your opponent's, and revealing all 3 means that you can destroy all monsters on the field.
Yep, you do them in sequence, so you can summon the Vanquish Soul, destroy all other monsters. Summon the Vanquish Soul, protect your Vanquish
Yes.
Souls, destroy all other monsters. Yeah.
Yes.
Would you like to protect your monsters?
And you're
I
also
would like to
inflicting
protect
in
monsters.
total 1,800 damage to your opponent throughout the entire effect as well.
I'll attempt to destroy Rosin.
So what he's going to do here, though, is reveal off his
I have to
start
on my Caesar.
in order to protect.
Well, first
Because it's when
Appreciate
Vanquish Soul
the effort.
monsters. Yes, I'm trying my best, Billy. Got to match your energy. Steven's
yeah,
energy.
There you go.
So I'm trying to think what the...
It's the field spell protection.
Oh, yes.
It's multiple. It can be Vanquish Souls, plural, that are being destroyed. So all you have to do is reveal a Vanquish Soul monster in his hand instead.
Okay.
Fascinating.
But the Rosin's going to be able to add a copy of Holly Sue, and yeah, this is very reminiscent of Chillman's, where it's just a lot of back and forth, and even when it looks like one player might be ahead, there's some shocking things that can happen to really get the other player back into the game.
Yeah, it looked like Trent at the beginning of this turn was in a really dominating position because he had field presence, but Timothy's
still
Vanquish
not
Souls are just in his hand very soon to hit the field, so this can flip back and forth very, very quickly.
And a fire.
Interesting that he didn't go for the Caesar Valius protective effect. You can
no,
reveal
it's
that
previous-
Earth,
previous.
unaffected by your opponent's activated effects this turn. So instead, he just let it go.
Yeah,
But
he
if you
might-
can get into another rock, you can just get it back.
There you
yeah.
go. Words out of my mouth. That's what I was going to say next. So, you know, we were talking about Trent just being
I like asking a question than answering it myself.
Oh,
Bill.
no,
That's
yeah.
my whole thing, you know?
that if you got the answers, definitely let them fly.
Try being
But-
a teacher. You ask a question to your students, they stare at you like, all right, fine,
all right, I'll tell you
answer
the
it.
information. Yeah.
Yeah, I just find this mirror match so fascinating.
Oh, this is amongst one of the highest kind of skill level mirror matches I think you're going to see this weekend.
Yeah.
And that's not to say anything about some of the other decks. They're all skill intensive in their own ways. But this one just has that very unique nature of which both
Yes.
players are playing on each other's turns, managing resources, attributes in hand. You have to be very wary about when you use your hand interactions because it can diminish the attributes in your hand. It's really one of the best mirror matches to kind of just sit back and watch. Because I also think to say every match is going to look a little bit different just because
Yeah.
of how these decks play out.
And also, both decks require column placement to be an integral part of the deck. And because both of them are paying attention to that, it really elevates the stakes of the match.
They definitely have a lot on the line here, too. Trying to go to the World Championship in Paris, France.
Sure.
It looks like Timothy is going to activate Holly Sue's effect here, revealing
Okay.
the Rosin that he knows he has. So both players
We've
are
already
summoning
used Rosin
Holly
this turn,
Sue.
yeah.
Yeah, so he's
I
already
like
used the rosin effect. That's why he's placing the Holly suit in that column.
I hate when I'm playing a mirror match and my opponent's cards are shinier than mine.
You know, that is a bit of a hit to the ego, isn't it?
I try just a little bit harder.
Yeah, it's like, I got to take this guy down. If I win, maybe I get his shiny card.
No,
You know,
there
we'll
you
do
go.
a trade or
We
something.
got to swap out the Holly suits.
Battle City rules
You don't
over here.
deserve this.
Should be with the real duels. Of course, both duels very real and deserving of this position.
100%.
We jest.
And you can see by how quickly like they're playing, it's not a lot of thinking. It's a lot more of like just natural instincts.
Yeah.
Because they've definitely probably both well versed in this mirror match.
And now Holly Sue looks like he's activating, revealing a dark and a
Holly Sue.
fire.
More revealing. I love all this revealing. It's so cool.
Resolves.
So what's cool here is you can manipulate
Yeah,
what the
I'll take it
lowest
back.
attack on your
You'll take
field is
this
too with
first?
some of the
Oh,
Vanquish Soul
yeah, yeah,
I'll
effects.
take mine back.
So that's actually interesting. They both revealed a fire or earth, not fire
they'll
dark.
take
So that means that they
battle.
get to take
Are they
the
gonna swap all
monster
these?
with the lowest attack on the opponent's field. So the Holly Sues theoretically
Could swap?
would just swap. Yeah, Holly Sue, you don't get a select the
Then
monster
you
you
are
take. It is
good
just
to-
the monster with the lowest attack.
That makes sense. It's very similar to like Mad Love, which goes
Yeah.
after lowest defense. And
Now we have Sir
battle,
Dogron, which actually might line up
activate
pretty well into this
Field of
matchup,
fire.
being able to kind of unexpectedly remove
Yes,
a
that-
Vanquish Soul from the
well, we're
field
still
that your
main.
opponent was
still main.
expecting to bounce back to their hand.
You're good.
Proceed to battle.
Yep.
Act Jala.
Yep.
I'll switch sides to attack.
Okay, so looks like
Swing for 700.
Sure.
Trent's going to get some more damage in there. And a reminder that they both burned each other with their Snow Devils.
And there's no field spell to protect
And the Mad
for
Love
Timothy.
burn for 1,500 as well. Let's see if Trent can do it here.
yeah, Timothy's life points are low, and with Heavy Borger just on the field between this turn and next turn,
You
it could
can
clean up.
just use Heavy Borger here to burn 1,500. Pass turn, draw phase, burn for 1,500.
One important thing to note, the Pot of Extravagance is a clear indicator, at least it reduces the likelihood, I would say 100%, that he's probably not playing that Nash Knight combo that we've potentially seen this weekend, where some of the Vanquish Soul players electing not to play Pot of Extravagance actually have effects in their extra deck that can enable them to do burn damage through some Nash Knight into Masquerade combo. So it is important to note that kind of when you're thinking about how much damage am I willing to take, I know the Heavy Borgers are there going to deal 1,500. You can use that Pot of Extravagance as information for
Add
what
back
might
to
be
my
in the
hand,
extra
my hand.
deck to kind of understand how low of life points you're willing to go.
That's fine.
Definitely a good point to pay attention to.
What did you add back?
Caesar values.
Yep. And then
All
you
right, so
can,
now we're going to see the
fire
Impulse be
attacker.
activated here to
That's fine.
summon Rescue Ace Fire Attacker from the deck. This will let Timothy draw 2 cards and then have to discard 1, but maybe dig into some answers here into the deck. Oh, that was not good. He drew 2 more copies of Rescue Ace Impulse. I don't know if y'all could have seen it on the
Yeah.
screen, but that is not what he wanted to see.
That is rough.
Do you like the inclusion of Impulse?
I like Rescue Ace. I'm not like the duelist we
Yeah,
had
I
yesterday who
agree
said
with
it was the
Brandon's
best
turn,
Impulse.
Yeah.
I'm still going to prefer Dominus Impulse every time.
I think the
But Rescue Ace
effect
Impulse is a really cool card.
starting
And you know one of the last decks that we saw it played in, like in this fashion?
Tear
Tear
Elements. I
Elements.
know.
It's
Yep.
crazy. The
I think it-
parallels.
I really
Don't
love
mind
the
that.
idea, though, that this deck can go pretty long because of how grindy it is, and then it can filter out the Molcharmies from your hand that you draw on turns 2, 3, and 4
Sorry.
after they're no longer as
Use
valuable.
non-effect on summon.
Oh yeah, non-effect on
Okay,
summon.
yep.
Yeah. What was effect to?
No, it has to be fire.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Earth, dark.
I love Vanquish Soul players talking to each other about, no, these are the attributes you need. Yeah.
So yeah, then I will attempt.
I was just
to
wondering if you
return
discarded a
the-
card because it just
or
happens to be the
yeah,
same
fire
card he
dealing
just
and-
previously used.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like he's going to reveal
So that would be this guy.
Dogran, yeah.
2 attributes to
Yeah, so
add.
the Dogron back to the hand with the Mad Love.
Yep.
Yeah. Of course, the Impulse was able to summon the Fire Attacker from deck. Help you try and cycle through some cards there.
That interaction is pretty cool. And
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
why he's including the Dogran
Absolutely.
in the main deck. Being able to use it multiple times was excellent.
Yeah, we're just finding all of these cool little interactions, and especially some of the intricacies in the mirror match. But your ability to bounce your Kaijus constantly back to the hand.
And it's interesting to see the Dogron main deck, because yes, it's a fire monster, but like if you lose the die roll, it's very good. In the mirror match in
Vanquish
particular, it can
Soul
also be
rocks.
used a lot. But look at this, new Vanquish Soul
rocks.
hits the field.
Vanquish Soul rocks. This is actually the first time
Yes.
we've seen
Yeah.
it come down, I think, in all the times we've had Vanquish Soul up here this weekend. But it's another brand new card at
And
Duelist
a further
Advance that,
return
as long as the
this
Vanquish Soul monster battled during the turn, you can just put it on top and exceed summon on top of any Vanquish Soul monster.
And it has 3 different effects depending on what the attribute is of the monster underneath it as exceed material. There is an Earth monster there, which is the most ideal one, which allows him to detach 1 and destroy 1 card on your opponent's side of the field. There are other ones, you know, if they're dark,
Holy Sue.
your
Yeah,
opponent's
Holy Sue,
monsters
and
lose some
I'm not
attack. If
sure
you have
if the
fire,
other
yours
one's
gain
gonna-
1,000 attack,
what'd
which
you
you know, can be
reveal
useful, but you
this?
really want to
Is it
try and get an Earth under there.
Yes.
as much as we like attack and defense modification, being able to actually destroy cards in your opponent's
yeah,
side of
as
the
far as
field,
I'm aware,
especially
I genuinely
non-targeting,
don't remember.
has been vital throughout Yu-Gi-Oh's history.
I think the returned Vanquish Soul rocks.
It's not a cost to return for effects.
Okay, they're checking to see if you can return Vanquish Soul Rocks to
Oh,
the
so it
extra
just
deck
returns the extra deck?
instead of the hand.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, since the card did not go back to the hand, it
Okay.
looks like the
So
Vanquish Soul monster
trigger,
does not summon, so Heavy Borger's
Yeah.
stuck in the hand there.
Interesting.
This could be the window Timothy needs.
And that's the first time that this really mattered, because Rock of the Vanquisher has never had the ability to be returned to the hand under any circumstance.
Since it's not a
Because
Vanquish
it's not a
Soul.
Vanquish Soul, but Vanquish Soul Rocks, on the other hand, actually has the text of Vanquish Soul.
Have to draw.
But yeah, if that Heavy Borger stayed on the field, the game
Yeah.
could have been over.
Just instantly.
Yeah. But now Timothy with a small window.
So rough for Trent, but let's see if Timothy can capitalize. Again, in a fighting game, sometimes you miss input.
It happens to the best of us.
Then you get comboed back, and here we go. Let's see if Timothy can find that combo.
Chain rock.
All it takes is one opening after all the footsies.
Yeah.
I would have liked that better if they were playing Pantera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rosin's coming down and it's going to add Xiaolong from the deck to the hand.
We haven't seen the interaction, but I like the fact that you can reveal that for Hollysu and then special summon it because you revealed itself as the Vanquish Soul. With Xiaolong is Chainlink 2. Just an interesting interaction if you're low on Vanquish Souls in hand.
I mean, that's how we've seen people assemble an entire field of Vanquish Souls on the opponent's turn. Those two in tandem.
Yes, just like that.
All right, so it looks like you can use the Dr. Mad Love effect to return the monster back to Timothy's hand. But he does have the Holly Sue to get his monsters back onto the field. Is he going to reveal that third copy of Rescue Ace Impulse that he drew?
I'll show you Jal.
No, it looks like he's going to keep it in the hand and reveal the monster he just added. That's smart stuff. But then that's going to prompt Trent to chain his Caesar Valius to try and return Mad Love to get that Caesar Valius onto the field.
Yeah, I've not been keeping track of the attributes currently in Trent's hand. That's at least a dark.
Sure.
We have the Heavy Borger up there also.
Chaining 1 to special. Chaining 2.
All right,
Yeah,
so
you can do this too, where
I
you
should
can
have a chance
reveal
to
the
farm.
Xiaolong
Yeah.
to special it and then reveal it for the cost of Hollysu as the fire.
Yeah, I'll chain like 2 Caesar.
And now he's going to chain the Caesar. He does have the 3 attributes he needs to destroy a card on the field.
And
But now he's
you're
going to
you're
chain the
special
Holly
summon
Sue.
effect,
Or
yes.
it's not the same
Yes.
chain,
Okay.
is it?
Okay.
So
I believe this is...
So it's Xiaolong Chainlink 1, Caesar Chainlink 2, Hollysu Chainlink
Okay.
3.
And Holly Sue's not going to summon from deck, so that means we revealed a dark and a fire.
And then, what do you want, Pop?
And another Xiaolong. Trent now has to decide.
Timothy's going to try and catch Trent
Sue?
crouching and hit him with the overhead here in this
And
turn.
then my Jalong will special.
Would you like to activate an
I always like the grappling characters, personally.
Just hit him with the command grab.
Yeah,
I'll go effect next
It's
time.
classic.
search?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So now the Xiaolong is going to reveal 2 attributes in the hand, 2 fires, I believe,
2 fires
to
indeed.
add any Vanquish Soul.
Also chain
So that
search.
impulse is not the worst thing in the world because it just is a fire monster.
Yeah. And again, it's hard to keep track of all the attributes in both the duelist hand, but Timothy, depending on what he has here, could be a big push right now. I don't believe we've used the protection effect of Vanquish Soul start yet.
This is only game 1. I just want everyone to know. And I think we're running into maybe the most amount of cards to be revealed from players' hands in a feature match.
Yeah.
It has to be, right?
This is incredible.
And they're playing so quickly, like just masters of this. I'm having a lot of fun watching this.
And again, I always love
You may.
just taking yourself out of the immediate
that
moment and thinking about the people at home watching. There's got to be a couple of Vanquish Soul fanatics out there that are so happy with what's on the screen right now. They're
or
like,
maybe-
yes!
Maybe one of you duelists out there just picked up Vanquish Soul and are unsure of how the mirror match works.
Yeah.
So buckle up.
Yeah.
There's a lot to learn.
Study hard because
Yeah.
there's a lot of interaction between
Effect of
both of these
Holly Summon
decks.
summon? Okay.
So that Hollysu was just added to the hand by the Xiaolong.
Another
So we
Holly
see
Summon
that ability of
and
revealing 2
Burger.
fires to add a piece of interaction. Again, that's the huge reason why Vanquish Soul is so much more powerful this weekend. The ability of Xiaolong to turn into a Hollysu, meaning you don't have to naturally draw it. You can
will
just
take the
add it to your hand in the middle of your opponent's turn and then special summon it. It's just this unique added
And
effect.
it looks like we revealed an earth and a fire, so we're going to take the Xiaolong. I think we're just trying to keep him off of 2 bodies for a potential Xyz play. That seems to be Trent's game plan here.
Back target.
Vanquish Soul start is going to be activated, and then he's going to target the Xiaolong so he can add a Vanquish Soul that's not a fire from his deck to his hand.
Yeah, and he's free to do this. Hollysu would be one of the best ways of counteracting that. It's not a destruction effect, but he's already used that Hollysu.
Maybe
And
Caesar
you've already
Valius if you have the
special summoned
right
Holly Summon effects.
attributes in
You've already
hand.
normal summoned and use Jalong's effect on its own
I believe so.
I just love how these players can maintain so many cards in hand. You know, when this deck gets going, it constantly just said, look at both these players basically have full grips of cards.
Yeah.
But that's just by virtue of the archetype. So you constantly need to be paying attention to what cards you have in your opponent, that your opponent has in their hand, because the attributes matter so much.
Yeah,
And there is, I believe, still a Druid Swarm in Timothy's hand, correct?
Effective Druid
I think.
Yeah, there it is.
There
It's
Yeah,
right
and
there.
It's coming out.
Yeah. Totally.
I mean, we're 25 minutes into the round, but both these players are playing,
that's
you know, very quickly. Like, this has not been a slow game by any means, but it has been very back and forth.
Nothing else on that. Okay.
All right, 2 bodies on
Yeah,
field
still
for
in-
Timothy. What else
Yeah,
can be
we're still
done?
on.
This is probably like one of the first moments where he's had to actually stop to think about what his next move can potentially be. And it does look like the Xyz summon might be coming down, or a Link.
It'd be a Link, yeah, with the 6,
Oh, yeah.
and then Xiaolong being a 5.
5. I couldn't remember if it was 5 or
Yeah.
6. So, yeah.
Yeah, so the
Druid
Holly
Swarm.
Suit being 5 and Xiaolong being 5 is why you're able to bridge
Oh,
into
it's
that
good.
rank
It's
5.
Holly
Yeah.
Suit, yeah.
So we might be able to now see some of the benefits that Timothy has from not playing Pot of Extravagance. He might be able to leverage the versatility of his extra deck to go into some Link monsters and Exceed monsters that Trent just simply can't fit into his extra deck, because he needs to allocate 3 spots for Rock or the Vanquisher, which would naturally already do, but also multiple slots to Vanquish Soul Rocks, just because you don't want to banish it with Pot of Extravagance.
Exactly.
Heavy
Yeah.
Borger's going to return.
Anything on
Caesar
quick
Valius
effects?
come down here.
Attempt to activate.
Ooh.
Chain effective burgers to burn you.
Sure.
Okay, so that is down to 1,000 life points for Timothy.
Yeah, so
Trent just needs
1,000.
one more Heavy Borger activation.
Yeah, so if this goes back to Trent and there's any ability to Heavy Borger, this game will be over. But it looks like Timothy is going to try and push through. He's going to have to clear that Heavy Borger minimum.
Yeah, but the extra decks is oftentimes, it's very good, just generic cards for the Vanquish Soul decks, but the generic cards sometimes struggle to deal with this many threats. I mean, maybe if you have like an access code line and you have enough attributes.
I don't believe he did.
There's only darks right now.
Thank you.
I'm trying to think what the outs are.
Rock.
Yeah, I'm curious to why. I mean, these duelists clearly have demonstrated that they've mastered this strategy, getting this far into the tournament, and then demonstrating with their play here. So if there is anyone in this room that's going to be able to navigate through this, it is going to be here. And this is potentially going to be one of the ways. There is still that field spell, though.
And I will say...
Like to reveal.
Oh, okay, Trent's thinking.
I would like to reveal.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the protection effect used by the field spell. That means that protection's no longer there. The rosin is stopped, but
Okay.
we're going next. Okay,
Yeah.
there it is.
It was tough. He had like, if it wasn't for that just slight misstep there from Trent, the game would have been over a little bit quicker if he kept the
race.
His favorite cards.
Oh, they're all my favorite cards, but this is going to be game number 2 here at the NAWCQ in this Vanquish Soul mirror match.
Good luck.
But all
Good luck.
jokes aside, no, Duelist Advance really did have an impact. I mean, we're sitting here in top 64, seeing these two decks go at it, and Holly Sue is really the centerpiece. We've seen it activate its effect so many times in such a short amount of turns.
Now, does
stand by
Trent
me.
have it?
Unfortunately,
Doesn't look like it.
I think Timothy has Fire Attacker in his hand. That's not really what he wants to see.
Ooh, yeah, that's something
anything
you want to
But he
search. It
does-
still does have an effect in hand, though.
He does
so.
want to see reinforcements of the army.
Normal effect.
It's a lot worse when
Next time.
Vanquish Soul doesn't have access to rosin, so
Yeah.
making sure you have that online at minimum is huge.
Let's see.
Holy Sue is that fine.
And now we have the
Nothing on
rosin searching for the Holly Sue.
So let me know.
Nothing on res,
Yeah,
so looks like no draw and lock bridge for Trent.
I mean, you have to play Reinforcements of the Army, but it definitely makes you more vulnerable to draw and Lockbird. So it's
Yeah.
always a relief that, okay, I had the starter that's the Reinforcements, not the rosin right away. That's really glad the opponent doesn't have draw and Lockbird, because if they had draw and Lockbird after just summoning Raisin, it's really not that much of an interruption.
But what's crazy is that even then,
That's
if you
also
get
fine.
drolled there, you can still normal the Raisin, link into Rock, pass turn. Rock, bring back the Raisin, and then continue Holly Suing on your opponent's turn. It's so much fun what you can do
You've
with
already
this deck.
Normal, yeah.
Yep. Now it looks like the Holly Sue is going to come down from the hand and try and special summon a monster from the deck, but that does prompt Trent to think.
Thinking response.
I think you might have a copy of Ash Blossom. That would probably be the most logical card for him to consider.
And Ash Blossom, a fantastic card. There it is. Ash Blossom, it's a fire monster, so it pairs perfectly with the Vanquish Souls.
It's also something to note, though, that it's one less card in hand, one less fire in hand.
Yes.
So the reason
It's a painful cost.
it is painful. The reason you play Ash Blossom is because it's used as an interruption, and that's fantastic. But you're also incentivized to keep as many cards in hand as possible. Ooh.
Oh!
Let's talk about this as the 6th card drawn.
Picking on.
Oh, Joe, take it away.
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted to take it away,
No,
but
this
yeah.
is your...
That was end phase, right? We're on Trent's turn now.
Yeah, no, so this was the 6th card drawn. It was Molcharmi Perulia. You know, the Molcharmis sometimes have utility being activated on your turn, but Perulia is amongst the most impactful because the Vanquish Soul player wants to play on the opponent's turn by constantly summoning from hand. So when you drop Perulia on your own turn, it allows you to push through your opponent's field, and as they interact with you, you just get more and more of your own engine off the top of your deck. So having Perulia in your deck, it's just an obvious inclusion, but it's something that's really important to note that it's actually a really good 6th draw in a lot of cases. And if you happen to draw 2 Perulias, which is obviously already a good thing, you can actually stagger it so that you Perulia your opponent on their turn, limit what they do, and then start your own turn with it. So now their limited board also then is interfered with by allowing you to draw every single time they decide to play on your turn. So just one of the interesting quirks about staggering your Perulias.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool thing to note.
Sir?
But Stake Your Soul is also very cool. Revealing a fire monster, so he's going to be able to special summon Vanquish Soul Rosin from the deck. You see him putting it under that Rock of the Vanquisher column.
Anything in resolution?
No.
Going to add Vanquish Soul Holly Sue from the deck to the hand. Checks for a Droll and Lockbird. Not only will the Droll be good at slowing Trent down, it would have cut off that Molcharmi Perulia at the same time, but no Droll and Lockbird here.
Something else to note when you're playing in Vanquish Souls, you do want to summon underneath, or at least, I guess, on top of, depending how you want to talk about it, the rock, because if they were to have Raisin in hand to be special summoned, and they want to destroy that column, it would be in the same column as rock. So the mirror match is much more complex about columns, but even if you're not playing the mirror match and your opponent has rock, if you summon it there and your opponent has to Raisin, it's going to at least destroy their own rock as well.
Yeah, it's convenient in that way.
All right, Holly Sue's coming down from the hand, and now attempting to special summon a monster from the deck.
So it was Mad Love. What was the other one?
Jiaolong, yeah.
Oh, and Jiaolong in hand, too. Ooh, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
So let's see. I mean, Heavy Borger. We can go Caesar Valius.
Yeah,
I picked up Dr. Madlove.
Okay, looks like just Dr. Madlove. So on summon, Dr. Madlove, you can add a Vanquish Soul spell, a trap from your deck to your hand. So we're going to go grab that. Most likely Vanquish Soul start, the field spell. Protects us.
What card is that?
Start.
Oh, yeah.
Vanquish Soul, start!
Thank you.
Sorry, my fault. No, thank you.
The hypocrisy.
It's fine.
The camera couldn't see it, but there was a look of confusion on my face for a brief moment, and then I remembered the bit, so we're all on the same page again.
But now that the Vanquish Soul start is
Also,
in the hand.
Stake Your Soul! No, wait, is that one the same? No, I don't know.
That's fine.
It feels like
It
should
is.
be
There
important.
is an exclamation point. I saw it on the sheet, yes.
Stake Your Soul.
Stake Your... Well, that had a question mark at the end.
You're right.
Yeah, there's no comma.
It's not a danger. It's not a danger with the, the exclamation points and the question marks. No, you could play
You
Dangerous.
could play
in this deck.
Dangerous,
They're
yeah.
dark.
That
That's
was
what's
one of the
cool
early
about-
builds of the deck.
Yeah, that's what's so cool about Vanquish Souls, all the different things you can do, but we do see he's adding and revealing, I think.
Yeah, so the Raisin came down, and now what he's able to do is kind of reveal what he summoned, what he searched off of that.
And take out the Holly Sue.
Yep.
Now we're linking that Raisin into our Rock the Vanquisher.
Pot of Extravagance didn't betray Trent.
Special Rock the Vanquisher. Affect the Rock the Vanquisher with turn player priority to add back to my graveyard.
Yeah.
And getting back that Holly Sue.
What did you reveal for Holy Sue?
Mad Love Raisin.
I heard Mad Love, and I didn't catch the other one there from Timothy.
Yeah.
Well, he had Caesar as well.
Xiaolong.
Oh, he has Caesar in hand. Ooh. So Timothy has decisions to make here.
You have a time extension. It begins now.
I will attempt into the battle phase.
All right, sounds
Okay,
like,
we're just going battle.
Yep, Trent's ready to move on to the battle phase.
So what do I know in your hand?
I think this is one of the most
Mad Love?
not maybe
You
one of the
know-
most, but it is an
Start Xiaolong,
underestimated
Mad Love,
option that a
Holly
lot of
Sue. Add it
players
back to
kind
my
of
graveyard.
gloss over, which is not just doing everything in main phase 1 and realizing their battle phase is such a resource.
Yeah. Especially when you have all these quick effects in hand to summon your monsters. So things like Nibiru no longer going to be able to stop you.
Activate Caesar.
And you were talking about if you're, games 2 and 3, oftentimes you do go wider with the Vanquish Souls. So
question.
Especially in a matchup where everything works in the main phase, essentially.
I haven't been drawing.
You can no longer.
Yeah, I
draw.
haven't been drawing for that reason.
Oh.
No, I didn't know. If
Oh, yeah, that's right. 'Cause I had
I forgot about that.
That's a good point,
Nambo.
actually, yeah.
Because he Perulia, the very next move he
was
did
wondering.
was Extravagance. Which
That's
cuts you off
actually
from drawing for the rest of the turn.
very interesting. Yeah, I hadn't thought
Just
about
thinking,
that.
one more.
Rough.
Huh.
Activate
I mean,
effective
Pearly wasn't
Dr.
going to do anything in his hand anyway.
Sure.
We saw in
Reveal
game one,
Earth
he just
Monster
discarded it in phase
and
because he had too
a-
many cards.
He just wanted to show that he
Monster.
had it. You know?
Yeah, it's not one of the attributes that you really need for
He's
the
like,
Vanquish Soul cards.
he wanted to show him the unlucky draws. Like, yeah, I imagine if I had this before.
I don't even need this against
I'm gonna
you.
make him unaffected.
You think you're cool with your
You
Starlight
with your
Holly?
yeah, I was just
Same wavelength.
same brain cell actually.
There you go.
We
One
share
brain
it.
cell,
Yeah,
three
it bounces
commentators.
between us.
Two commentators. Joe has all the brain
Joe's
cells.
got a degree. He's good.
Effective
Sorry,
start.
that got me. Okay. All right, Mad Love here coming down is going to add a Vanquish Soul monster from the deck to the hand.
You normal this? No, you normal the.
We normal the
was,
rosin to
you
start
normal the raisin.
the game.
No, it's special the rage, not
Special
stake.
rage.
Oh,
That
did
was my
we?
own
Gotcha.
summon.
Yep, he revealed the Jowlong for Stake Your Soul to summon the fire.
Oh, okay. So does that mean we haven't normal summoned? Because I believe that Mad Love was summoned off the Holly suit.
Let's see the end phase.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I think that was, yeah, I think it was the normal.
Maybe,
Come on,
okay.
because I believe that one.
All right, so we are passing the turn here.
Once, but he said that he activated pot extra. Yes, so that's what I was asking.
All right, Timothy's just getting some clarification from the judges as to current game state right now.
I'm pretty sure Pot Extravagance stops you from drawing.
It does, yes.
I mean, I was going to pull it up, but.
Okay, so it should have been
Pot
one draw.
Extravagance, what does that do?
Is it okay?
This
to,
card
like,
allows me
shuffle
to
this
draw
back
2
and
cards
everything?
from my deck by banishing.
Well, okay, I think the question is how many cards he drew off of the Molcharmy because
I
it
didn't
was
see him draw
I
any.
think it was in chain. No, he
Yeah,
did just
that's what I
start
asked. I
with
didn't know
it.
if, like.
Okay, I actually genuinely thought it was like prosperity. Okay, so I should be drawing 1 card then.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe something was chained to
Thank you, Judge.
it.
Yeah, I was like, that was like.
Huh?
I feel like it should.
Yeah. I'm just so used to doing that and then not drawing anyways.
Maybe we do need to pull a Pot of Extravagance.
draw-
I'm
draw
pulling it up
card
right now
with that.
because all the
Clear and
pots
phase.
have
And then
different
end phase, yes,
stipulations
equity
for
and
kind of the limitations that you have.
Oh yeah.
The one that we saw was Pot of Extravagance, which banishes 6 random ones from your extra deck to draw 2 cards. And then for the rest of the turn after this card resolves, you cannot draw any
yes, no-
cards
no
with
damage
card
to it,
effects.
He must have chained it to something. He must have chained the Pearly
I-
something and forgot to got the one
Well,
draw before he
I-
activated
I
Extravagance.
believe what
Do I know your
happened was
lines?
something was
Holy
chained
Raisin?
to
You do
the
not
Pot
know
of
the random
Extravagance
draw?
Oh, yeah.
and summoned from hand, so he should have
Oh,
drawn
yeah.
before it resolved. Because it says
That's
after
good.
this card
Yeah,
resolves,
yeah,
you
that's
cannot
probably what
draw.
happened. That
Not
makes
after
sense.
this card's
You're wrong.
activated. So
Okay.
it hasn't
You're
resolved
good.
in the chain,
You're good.
so
I'm gonna turn
that's
back
my
to
best
zero.
guess. Judges, we defer to them.
Yeah, sometimes it can be hard to catch the small intricacies of the exact timing
Yeah.
from our
He
perspective.
said draw phase. Yeah. Activates by chain.
Yeah.
So it's going to reveal 3 for Caesar Valius, and that's going to prompt Trent to use the Vanquish Soul
And then a 60.
Snow Devil to try and destroy some
So
monsters
we're
here on the
just-
field.
And I'm not summoning, but I am destroying.
Okay.
And
So that
protect
destroys
myself.
his rock.
And you
Just
take
an
10
interesting
damage.
point to
And
note
then,
that the Vanquish Soul Snow
Revolution,
Devil
like
only protects your
Caesar?
Vanquish Soul monsters, something
Yeah,
that's
once-
really mattered with Vanquish Souls throughout the past in terms of the exact naming
And then it's
of rock in the extra deck.
Imagine Rock of the Vanquisher was a Vanquish Souls monster. That would change a lot.
Yeah.
Main phase?
yes.
I think for balance reasons, happy that it is how it is. Still a very powerful card, very powerful deck. And we
Okay.
have a Rosin, so
Normal
normal
fix.
summon Rosin for Timothy in the zone of the
I'll chain
Xiaolong.
Dr. Madlib to return the lowest defense.
Sure.
So another just great thing that adds even more complexity to the Vanquish Soul matchup is the Vanquish Soul
nothing
monsters generally don't target. It just,
Yeah.
the lowest defense, or I'm going to destroy non-targeting. So the ability to then bounce back to the hand doesn't necessarily stop the fact that there's an interruption, that this is
Yeah.
going to still bounce something.
It's just the
Or-
monster with the lowest defense. If there's one, it's that one. And getting rid of the Rosin before the Rosin can use its second non-quick effect to destroy the
Very good
Xiaolong
type
pretty
of
big.
special.
Sure.
So now we have Holly Sue revealing the Heavy Borger. It's a special, so we know that there's a Rosin, there's a Heavy Borger, there's a Caesar Valley. So there's a lot of Vanquish Soul names in the hand of Timothy.
Plenty of attributes to reveal for sure.
There's got a
Or
bunch
is
of, bunch of Fire Ace monsters too.
Yeah, I believe there's a Caesar, unless the one in Graveyard is the one that we knew of. So I'll hold for that one. Maybe it'll come up again. But now Xiaolong can at least get to whatever he needs.
fine.
Go effective Xiaolong.
Xiaolong revealed 2
Sure
fires,
you-
I assume.
This guy and another.
Rosin and Rosin. There we
I'll
go.
go effect. Chain.
And our own Holly Sue now on the side of Trent. And again, the column placement is important here. So we're Trent is purposefully keeping the extra Monster Zone columns open, so that if ever your opponent goes into a Rock of the Vanquisher, you can then go into your Rosin to threaten that column. Or at least I imagine that is intentional here, because like the extra Monster Zone columns are very important.
In case you didn't see it,
I did it kind of fast.
You're fine. Don't worry about it.
Time is winding down, though, so Timothy's going to want to try and take this game quickly so we can go to a game number 3. But even like, playing in time when there's no draws here because it's single elimination, Heavy Borger is going to be quite impactful.
Yeah, and we know that, I believe we know there's a Heavy Borger in Trent's hand. And we have now committed to the Rosin on field, but with the Caesar Valius, we can always pop anything that's in the other extra monster zone anyway.
Priority, would you like to activate anything?
I have no quick effects.
Okay. I'll activate Caesar, target Rosin.
Sure.
And now the Rosin can move around.
Anything here? Activate Xiaolong, search.
Reveal 2 Rosin for Xiaolong to search here. We have seen, we should have been keeping count of how many names from each duelist have activated on the same turn.
Yeah.
But there's been 2 Xiaolongs, 2 Rosins, 1 Caesar Valius, 2 Holly Sues.
That's a lot.
Okay, all right. I think that might be it for now. Yeah,
Just for
lineup.
this match,
yeah. Just for this turn.
I'll chain Caesar.
All right. Caesar's going to try and destroy the Vanquish Soul start, and it does resolve.
So important because the Vanquish Soul start could protect from the Rosin column, whatever comes down there. So now Timothy has to be very careful. I mean, it's pretty obvious there's that one column that you just avoid, but it could come up. I love the introduction of columns to the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. I know it's been a while since we've had them, but Vanquish Soul really is one of those decks that shows you the game design potential of it in a really satisfying way.
Huh?
Do I know your whole hand? It's Raisin, Mad Love Soup.
You do not know just the random draw.
Oh yeah, the random draw that you got. Oh, there's still the random draw.
Yes.
Yep.
There's been some great communication between these two players. Just being very open and honest about exactly how many cards in the hand have been revealed. They kind of both keep track of it really well.
Sure.
The match where it can be really challenging. You basically know the entire 6 cards in your opponent's hand the whole time, because see, like that Holly Suit just bounces to hand. It's kind of, you know, you have to keep track that it's there and the attribute that it is. It's been really great that they've been with open lines of communication, constantly talking about, you know, the number of unknowns, the number of cards you know, things like that.
Heavy Borger just burns for 15. Timothy is still behind in life points with 1 minute left on the clock. You're going to have to get in for at least 400 or 301 damage in order to take this one. We're going battle.
Yeah, you can attack over the Mad Love here.
That's one way to do it. I think Trent maybe... Yeah, because that was normal summon, so it has to be in attack mode.
And there's no field spell to protect either on either side of the field now.
Yeah, I wonder if it wasn't able to bounce that for the Caesar Valius for any reason.
Okay.
And we're trying to clear the Holly Suit to prevent Trent from having a reaction. All Trent needs to do in the next 30 seconds is get to your own... Actually, no, you do need to do more than get to your Heavy Borger, because Timothy can always check yours. I think Timothy might have this.
At least game 2, because if Timothy wins game 2, we will be going to a game 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And a game 3 in the mirror, whoever gets Borger first just wins, basically.
And it doesn't mean who goes first, because there's plenty of ways to access Borger
right?
on your opponent's first
It's
turn.
crazy.
They're all main phase effects, but I was almost going to say, like, you could win in your opponent's draw phase. You can't. These are all main phase effects, but for a split second, I'm like, wow, that would be really funny. If
could you imagine?
In your draw phase.
Yeah. Well, hold up.
It's like, not like if Timothy drew Holly Sue, but maybe Trent didn't have it in hand. And
yeah, that's fine.
And that's time on the round here, so let's see if the judges call it, or if there were any time extensions added for any of the questions asked earlier.
So finish phase.
Yep, so they're going to finish the phase. Timothy's going to be ahead in life here in game 2, so he will take game number 2, and we'll be moving on to a game 3.
Finish.
Where I'm pretty sure it's first damage.
Yep.
Well, I can't.
But the big thing is if this game ends in time, these players will not be able to side net going into game number 3. They will have to go in with how their decks are prepared for this game.
Trent's confirming with the judges. They asked what phase. He said draw phase. It's at the end of draw phase. I have nothing else to do. Judges are confirming. So expectation is we're going to a game 3. We'll wait for final confirmation from the judges, but
there was also no slow play in this match at all.
Yeah, this was literally
constant
both decks.
Action.
Strap in, everybody, because again, Vanquish Soul will only get more popular as the
situation.
Sudden death.
Game 3, sudden death fight. Trent versus Timothy. Let's see the dice roll. higher roll gets to choose if they want first or second. That's an 8 for Trent. Good start there. Timothy gets a
And a
10. That is higher.
I'll go first.
All right.
Good sportsmanship from both duelists. A fist bump to start the end. Timothy decides to go first. 5 cards for the draw. And again, it just really comes down to who can get that heavy Borger first. And we do have a draw face Perulia from Trent.
We have a Call by the Grave, alternate art, quarter-century secret rare, though.
Yes.
Okay, I do think
He doesn't choose to activate it, though.
I do think they will be able to finish out the turn, so it's not going to be
okay.
immediately when first damage is going to happen, but they will check the life points at the end of the turn, and whoever has higher life points.
So there's a chance that we heavy Borger check each other
And we're gonna,
in
the
turn
game will
1.
continue.
But then the person who goes second wins because they would get
Nothing.
to Borger.
Yep, so they're going to go 0, 1, 2, 3,
Oh,
and
okay.
then check it. So this is similar to the old
Okay,
one.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great then. Especially in a matchup with heavy Borger, we don't want turbo heavy Borger to be the determining factor.
I mean, I think we're still going to see a lot of that heavy Borger, but we do see Timothy going first.
yeah.
But there is the Mulcharmy Perulia as well.
Yes.
Yep,
And
exactly.
because this is going to be longer than just that singleton turn, that
Back to
Perulia
Raisin
is going to
Search.
have a huge effect.
Yeah.
Raisin Effect Search is fine.
Okay.
So we will get the Raisin Search. Sake Your Soul got to the Mad Love. Raisin now here, getting to the Holly Sue. And that Perulia can get so many draws versus Vanquish Soul in particular. This is a fantastic deck, but one of the weaknesses is you do get hit heavy by that Perulia.
I'm curious if these players were told in very clear detail exactly how long this was going to last because he's elected not to use that Call by the Grave.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I feel like you would just Call by the Grave Perulia.
Activate Rock on summon to add
Could
back
be.
one grade.
I'll change.
Ooh, look at
Oh,
this.
DD
Oh!
Crow. We talked about how
Ooh.
there's a lot of cool cards that you can
Call by.
use for those attributes that you
That's
need.
the
But
call
there's
by.
the Called by the Grave.
That is fair. Maybe he considered this more valuable. And that's really just for DD Crow because it's not
Yeah.
like that's a dark monster or a light monster.
Because you have the Rosin now, you can get to, you know, Xiaolong, you can get to Caesar Valleys, you can get to Heavy Borg, you can get to everything with Holly Sue and Rosin.
Come back.
Yes.
That goes back. We have so many attributes. We have Fire, Earth, and Dark in
yes.
hand.
No Holly
And it doesn't
Sue.
seem like a lot, but like the Rosin can get there.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, maybe he just considered, you know what, I'm not going to play that much into Perulia because it doesn't look like Trent drew very much.
Yeah. I believe he searched the Holly Sue off the Rosin, so we can always Holly Sue on our opponent's turn when the Perulia is no longer affecting us.
Oh, here's
Oh,
going to be
that-
that alt-art Pod of Extravagance.
I like how they're not
Ooh.
all the Altards, but he
No.
has at least one of them
Yeah,
here
how many
in the
cards do I
deck.
have? 4?
Maybe he's
That's a
working
good
for
looking
a
card.
full
I will
play
have 4
set.
after, yeah.
You have 4 now, and then you'll have 6.
Well, I have 5 now. Like,
Oh,
I've
yeah,
activated
including the
one,
extra.
yeah.
Yep.
He's drawn Pot of Extravagance every single one of these games.
Yeah.
It could be the difference maker here in this mirror match.
Why you
When
play
you're-
3?
Yeah, 3 of in a slim 40-card deck. Not unheard of to draw it that many times.
I wonder if he's ever
okay.
banished
Yeah.
all 3 copies
Yeah.
of Rock of the Vanquisher.
The whole thing.
Could you imagine if you banish your entire extra deck for Pot of Extravagance?
Well, if it drew 3,
I mean,
Yeah,
you can play
Maybe.
Domain Monarchs or
Maybe
something
try.
Yeah,
like
true.
that.
Oh,
Like, I
yeah,
don't need this anymore.
honestly, that would be a buff for some decks, yeah.
Pod of Extravagance,
Hey.
activate domain.
Monarchs did just get new cards. There's a brand new Monarch in Duelist Advance as well.
All right, so 2 extra cards in hand. Trent also drew 1 from the Perulia. So that should be, I believe, in total
I think he has a 7-card
7
hand.
cards, yeah. This would be 6 for turn plus 1.
Normal activate
So summoning right there underneath the rock, like we talked about in the previous game. You want to threaten the columns.
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, Holly Sue can always reveal the Rosin. With Rosin and Mad Love in hand, that's Fire Dark, which is the combination, I believe, to summon from deck for the Holly Sue. So then you can get into Borger that way. Or you can get into another Rosin to get into, like,
Yeah,
Borger in hand or something.
In a time scenario, you would have thinking that like Timothy would try really hard to get a Borger on the field as fast as
Right?
he could, but
Yeah.
Resolution.
not the case. But
To
Trent is getting
Destroy,
access to Heavy Borger
monsters
as
and
fast as possible.
Yes. And Borger requires an
Should be
Earth
Rosin
and Fire in
Borgers.
hand. So if you have Mad Love Holly Sue, or rather Mad Love Rosin in hand, that's not enough. You need to get an Earth in hand.
Yeah.
He's going to go to battle and just attack over the Rock of the Vanquisher.
wow.
There are less than 30 minutes to get
Inflicting the first amount of damage.
events this weekend. If you would like to participate in a public event this weekend, I recommend registering.
Looks like he's thinking about activating Stake Your Soul. Yep. This is a reveal a monster. You can summon a Vanquish Soul of the same attribute. Reveals that Heavy Borger, so he's looking to summon Vanquish Soul Dr. Mad Love.
So that signaled to me that we're in main phase 2 because we battle phase. Oh, no, we just used Rosin's effect to destroy, didn't we? I think we might still
Yeah, I
be.
mean, that was
Oh, he did
definitely
attack.
possible.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would
It
have
looked-
been
it
very
looked-
surprised.
It looked like I picked up and attacked me. but
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
not.
Unnecessary. I think because it's a normal spell for Sacred Soul, we're still in main phase 1. And we're going to go into the Mad Love and defense position.
That's why I know what in Raisin Burger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Things are not looking good here for Timothy.
No. Still has a plays in hand to go for. I'm just the attribute combination is so important for Vanquish Soul, and with the Holly Sue plus a fire and an earth in hand, it could be tough. There might be ways that I'm just not thinking of to get there.
He
So
has a
don't count him out yet.
Phantasme in hand, so he could filter his hand
Oh,
if,
that is good.
if he's able to special summon it.
A Rock the Vanquisher hits the
Yes,
field. Yeah.
exactly. I love Phantasme.
Oh,
It's such a
okay.
good card.
Yeah, it's a cool
Unfortunately,
one.
for Phantasme, the Vanquish Souls don't target, so it doesn't get that sort of added bonus, but otherwise it is a card I really like.
All right,
Ooh,
gonna
look
try
at
and
this.
activate the Snow Devil.
Oh, we had that
Oh,
set.
I think
Okay.
I want to summon from hand.
And this is in response to the
Yes.
activation of Vanquish Soul's start, so it won't be able to protect the Vanquish Souls, and he's going to get to inflict some of that damage.
And potentially special summon a Vanquish Soul from his hand as well.
And that's very important because he can go for Rosin. Rosin can search, and now that can get to the Earth attribute that
it's on
he
activation, so
would
it's not
want
resolved yet.
after Holly Sue leaves his hand.
Look,
The start, because it's a replacement effect.
So probably a
it's
Caesar
continuous
Valius.
part.
it's on activation, so it
Yeah,
hasn't
he
resolved
chained
yet.
to it.
Yeah, they're just clarifying that because it's not really an
Yes.
activated effect, it's just a kind of
Yeah.
that unique
It
replacement
still needs
effect.
to resolve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the card hasn't
Replacement
resolved yet.
It
It's
is
just
not
not the card's not
technically on
like,
the field.
officially on the field yet.
Okay, okay.
It's kind of like if you chain
Okay.
Royal Decree.
Yeah.
Take
This
it
is
in.
why I thought maybe he went into battle first. Like,
Yes.
you know, get some
And then
damage,
Luke
take out
Shanghai,
the Rock of the Vanquisher. Because
Effective Raisin Six.
chances are the only trap card in their deck that they're going to have instead is going to be that Vanquish Soul.
James.
Yeah.
But that's it. He realizes
Wow.
he's not going to be able to get
Wow.
another round shield monster on the field.
Yes.
We saw Holly Sue after Holly Sue in game
That's
1
crazy.
and 2. No Holly
It's like
Sues for
Phantasma
either
like
player
this.
here in game
Possibly
3.
if he didn't
And
qualify.
Timothy is going
Yeah, I mean, it would've
to,
been-
I would almost say, steal this match.
Yeah. Congratulations
Yes.
to Timothy. A back and forth battle between these two.